Testing, 1, 2, testing, 3, 4. We are testing. Can you guys hear me? Testing. Testing once again. Testing. 10-8. Testing. Alright, I think you guys can hear me now. We'll be starting in just a bit. Alright guys, how is it going? It is our live video before New Comic Book Day. We have a lot of comics coming out tomorrow. Hope you guys are ready for it. Let me fix my position. Sorry we're running a little late today. Let me see. Alright, feel free to comment down below if you guys have any comics here that you want in your pool and you don't already have it in your pool, or don't know if you have it in your pool. You know, just comment away and let us know if you guys want it in your pool. For those of you that don't know what a pool is, it is a subscription that we have here in the store. Basically, you sign up, you get a minimum of 5 different titles, comic book titles, and every time those titles are released, which is every Tuesday or Wednesday, DC's Tuesday, everything else is on Wednesdays. Every week we get new titles. Each title has their own dedicated release day. So sometimes Amazing Spider-Man is weekly, Berserker is like every few months. It's always, you know, every book has their own release date. Venom is monthly. So you sign up for a minimum of 5 titles, and each title that is released, before we put them out on the wall for the public, you have, you know, your list. You say you have Amazing Spider-Man, we make sure you get an Amazing Spider-Man into your pool tab. And but if there's anything that you did not have in your pool, didn't know was gonna come out, you love the cover, it's a key issue, you know, whatever it could be, and it's a new comic book, you can always let us know that you want it in your pool, and you get that extra advantage, because we don't hold comics for people unless you're a pool member. And yeah, and tomorrow just happens to be a really big week. Hey Aaron, it's been a while since I've seen you. I know you're avoiding me. All right, just kidding. All right, so let's get started. We have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 90. So this whole Queen Goblin run has actually been pretty good. I've been kind of reading through it, and it's actually not bad. The issue before this was kind of in the deep depths of the origin of Miss Queen Goblin herself. So yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the final issue of Amazing Spider-Man. And once that final issue comes, they're gonna redo another volume, and it's gonna be, I think, Zeb Wells, and who's doing the art? Is it Pat Gleason? Is it Mark Bagley? I don't know, but I know Pat Gleason's doing the story for this. And if you guys don't know who Pat Gleason is, he is the one that did the Webhead covers, and you know, that cover kind of put a really good name on him, because now he's writing Amazing Spider-Man. So I think that's cool. The story is actually going pretty good. Issue number 90. It's cover A and cover B. Up next, we have Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I love the title because it is like the 90s Spider-Man title, you know, the font. Here we have Ben Reilly, and in the back we have his what is it? Is it alter egos? His other costumes? I don't know. We got that Scarlet Spider there with the vest, classic one. You have the jacket with the mask. I'm not too sure who that other one is. I think Roy mentioned if that was a Spider Mummy or something. Alright, up next we have Barbarella number 7. This is Derek Chu, I believe. He does those Harley Quinn variants. He's a pretty great artist. He always adds that 3D type animation whenever he does his covers. So this is Barbarella. Up next, one of the big ones of the week, we have Berserker number 7, after taking how many months? Like 10 months, 6 months since issue 6 came out. Maybe it's been like 5 or 4 months. This is Berserker number 7, written by Keanu Reeves. Can you add Ben Reilly Spider-Man to my pool? You got it, JR. You see, guys, it's that easy. You want it in your pool? You got it. JR Renteria, Ben Reilly. Awesome. And just like that. Alright, so Berserker number 7. This is written by Keanu Reeves. The release dates of these have been kind of off. It was supposed to be monthly, and then it went to like 3 months, and then like 4 months, 5 months. So now they just kind of release every few months. But this is issue number 7, and this is cover A. And then we have the foil cover of cover A. So for those of you guys that like that shine, Keanu Reeves has you covered. Nice foil there. And then we have cover B. I kind of prefer this cover. You know, Keanu Reeves being the action star that he is, he's writing this comic. He's writing this comic, or co-writing it, and he's also basically the face of it. I mean, what other face do you want in your comic other than Keanu Reeves' face? So this is cover B, and then of course you gotta have your foil. I prefer cover B for Berserker. Yeah, same here. And then there's the foil one. Do you want it in your pool, Aaron? Let me know. Foil variant, nice and shiny. A lot of people do prefer the foil variants. I personally prefer the non-foils with the comics, but I could see why people are attracted to the foil ones because they look really nice. Alright, up next, another big one of the week. This is a one-shot anthology story, Carnage Forever, number 1. After this, they're gonna come out with that new Carnage title. What is it called? Is it just called Carnage? I think it is just called Carnage. So this is basically, it's not a prequel, but it's just, you know, people want Carnage, they're going to give you Carnage, and then up next, I think in the next month or so, or 2 months, they're going to come out with the new Carnage title, which is actually going to be its own title, you know, what is it, reoccurring issues and stuff like that. But Carnage Forever, number 1, I did look through this one, and it is pretty brutal. Of course, I don't expect nothing less of Cletus Cassidy. So we have this regular cover A, pretty cool looking cover, and then you have that Woody Harrelson looking Cletus Cassidy in the back. I thought he looked like Woody Harrelson. I asked Israel and Roy, and they both said no. I think it looks like Woody Harrelson. Let me know, guys, if you think that looks like Woody Harrelson. Saul says if you can put it in his pool, he's driving. Which one does he want, Melody? He wants the, and by Saul, I know you're talking about Saul Segura. Is it the Carnage one? Carnage Forever? There's 2 covers, so let me know if he wants both covers in his pool. I'll show you guys the other one right now. The other one's my favorite. This is a Mark Bagley variant cover. So for those of you guys that do not know who Mark Bagley is, he is the original artist, penciler for Carnage. For those of you guys that know that first appearance of Carnage, you know, 361 with Carnage with his little tendrils extending out and, you know, choking Spider-Man, that was Mark Bagley. And so he's, you know, co-creator of that iconic Carnage look. So this is his variant, that's his signature right there. And that's how Cletus Cassidy looked in that time, and it's cool because it's such a retro looking cover. I love this cover so much. Good afternoon, Isaac. The books I'm getting tomorrow are Amazing Spider-Man, Ben Reilly, Miles Morales, Dark Ages, Strange Academy, 10 Deaths of Wolverine. Also tomorrow, whoa, Tristan, happy early birthday to you. So I think I saw Gus wanted it in his pool, right? Which cover do you want, Gus? All right, Gus wants Carnage. Saul wants both Carnages. Mark Alejandro, I think we put both of them in your pool. Mark, you should be good, but I'm gonna write it down anyway. Both Carnage. And then JR wants Carnage as well. You got it, JR. Carnage, cover B. And Gabriel Torres, Bagley cover. You got it, Gabriel. Bagley, Carnage. Alright. Let us know, guys, if there's any of these things you want in your pool. And if you have any questions about what a pool is, feel free to send us a message or give us a call. We'll definitely help you out. So that's it for Carnage Forever. Cover A, cover B. I think they're beautiful, especially cover B. All right, up next we have Dark Ages number 5. You have, it looks like it's Deadpool, and that Carnage symbiote has taken over Miles Morales, and it looks like, I don't know, either it's defending Miles or it's trying to attach to Deadpool, or something's going on. This cover is pretty tricky, but that Dark Ages title is definitely dark. That's by Tom Taylor too. Tom Taylor, who does Nightwing. So this cover A. And then we have cover B with Stormbreaker's variant. This is by Peach Momoko X23. You always gotta love Peach Momoko. It isn't a new comic book day without a Peach Momoko variant cover. Super awesome cover. This is X23 for Dark Ages. And then up next we have Black History Month variant cover. This is the Monica Rambeau, aka Captain Marvel, aka Spectrum, aka Photon. You gotta love Monica Rambeau. She made her MCU debut in the what was it, in the WandaVision, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of her in the MCU. I feel like she has a lot to show. She's a very important character in the comics, and of course, you gotta throw her on that variant cover. I'm getting the cool David Lafuente, I don't know how to say his last name, cover for Ben Reilly. Also, I'm getting the cool Peach Momoko cover for Dark Ages. Awesome, Tristan. Perfect gift for your birthday. Up next from Image, we have Department of Truth. Oh, man, these covers, they're so cool. I think these covers are cool. Department of Truth, super awesome title. I already ordered volumes 1 and 2, because we had ran out in the store. So I ordered volume 1 and volume 2 for those of you guys that want to get into it. Also, we're making a we're making a wall, not a wall of recommendations, because we already have our recommendations for employees, but it's a wall of like for people that want to get into comics. When you guys stop by the store, for New Comic Book Day, you'll see it. It's still a work in progress, but we're making a wall dedicated for anyone that wants to get into comics. It has a bunch of recommendations on there of where to start. Volume 1s, whole series. There's like Invincible Volume 1. There's Dark Knight Returns. The Long Halloween, all these books. So someone that's I like Batman, I want to get into comics, where can I start? Dark Knight Returns, perfect place to start. We have the Spider-Man Edge of Spider-Verse volume there. Like, I'm a really big fan of Spider-Man. Where can I get started? Read the Edge of Spider-Verse. So you get a taste of all the different Spider-Man that are currently out. Miles, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Ham, Silk. So we're making a wall. It has volumes on there right now. That X-Men omnibus is there too for people that are into X-Men. But it's a work in progress. Can't wait to show you guys. But Department of Truth Volume 1 is definitely going to be on there, not only because I highly recommend it, but because if you're getting into comics and maybe you're not a big fan of Marvel and DC, you want to read something a little more edgy, definitely recommend. All right, Devil's Reign. This is Villains for Hire. This is the tie-in to Devil's Reign. We have U.S. Agent there on the cover, that Uncle Sam cover. I want you for the Thunderbolts. Looks like he's recruiting. Is what they do. All right, and for those of you guys that haven't had a chance to read Devil's Reign, we finally got is this a second printing? I think it's either a second or a third print. Number 1, so you guys can finally read it. It should say here, second printing, number 1. So for those of you guys that haven't had the chance to read Devil's Reign, I know we sold out when we got it, and they've been really hard to get. The second print's finally here, so you guys can finally read it. And yeah, definitely super good. It's kind of like Civil War, but not at the same time. All right, up next we have Elektra Black, White, and Blood number 2. So basically everything in this book is in black and white, except for Elektra. She is red, and except for Blood, who is also red, or it is also red. So it's a pretty cool type of Frank Miller style, Sin City style of book storytelling. I think these have like 3 little mini stories or something. But this is the Adam Hughes cover. Adam Hughes is a very iconic comic book artist. And then we have the variant, which is the John Boy Myers. I think this is John Boy. Looks like him. Let me see. Where's his signature? Yeah, John Boy Myers. Such an awesome artist. Yeah, I love when he does like exclusive covers because he does such a fantastic job. All right, up next we have, is this like a third printing? Second printing of Gun Honey #2, black and white sketch variants. Sketch variants are always really cool because you get to see the idea before the inker puts in the inks. So Gun Honey #2, second printing. Up next, the big one of the week. Super excited for this. I read through it. Super good. Spoiler alert, there is first appearances in this book. So it is Ghost Rider #1. Celebrating 50 years of Ghost Rider. 10 Dust Wolverine, God Delay into March Line. I could check back on that, Tristan. I'll let you know. Alright, so this is definitely one of the big ones of the week. Super excited for this. It is a pretty big book. It's $5.99, but there is a lot of information in this book. There is first appearances, so maybe even a key, potential key. Who knows? There's rumors that Ghost Rider might be in the MCU. Maybe this might be the what is it? The blueprint for that. Aaron Paredes, all the covers for Ghost Rider. Are you sure about that, Aaron? There's so many. If you say so. All these covers, honestly, it's really hard for me to add a favorite. All right, Gonzalo also wants cover A for Ghost Rider. You got it, Gonzalo. Well, the 3D cover, no, that one, since it's an exclusive, it's a shared exclusive between us and this store that is actually from the UK. So the only people that are getting this exclusive are like very, very select stores. It is a super low print. But since it is getting sent from the UK, we probably won't be getting it until the next couple of weeks. But yeah, so for those of you guys that pre-ordered yours, yours is secure. We're not getting that many copies on that 3D print, so I do recommend that if you guys do want it, that you pre-order it, because it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, this is just the regular cover. We still have plenty of variants to go, guys. So this is cover A, Ghost Rider #1. And then we have cover B, little Ghost Rider looking through the blinds. I was gonna get Ghost Rider, but too many books in my pool. The variant cover would have gone. Was, yeah, one of my favorites. Cover B. And then we have cover C. Who is this? Is this Art Adams? Who is it? Probably is Art Adams. Such a cool cover. Look at him. And then up next we have the Peach Momoko cover. This one has Robbie Reyes. I remember when I saw this cover, when Peach Momoko had posted like, oh, guess what, I'm doing a variant for Ghost Rider, and she showed it like on Facebook or something. I thought the cover was so cool because Robbie Reyes is such a cool Ghost Rider. Honestly, every single Ghost Rider is cool. They each have their own story. Gonzalo, you got it. Salvador La Roca. Thank you, Tristan. Peach Momoko. Aaron, yeah, it looks awesome. You got the flame. Like, she really went on out with this cover. Like, you have Robbie Reyes in the middle. You got his car, and then just flames, like, surrounding it. Like, this cover, super awesome. Oh, man. So, yeah, guys, Ghost Rider #1. This is another variant cover. And then this one is my personal favorite. This is the Ryan Stegman variant. Of course, I don't know if I'm biased because I'm a big Ryan Stegman fan, you know, when he did Venom with Donny Cates. But just look at this, like, and it's a wraparound cover, so there's more in the back. And basically it has all the Ghost Riders. Here, let me show it to you guys. Like, look at that. Maybe it's easier if I show it to you guys right here. Look at this. You got Johnny Blaze in the middle, and then of course you have Demon Rider, you have Danny Ketch, you even have Carter Slade, which is the first ever Ghost Rider, here on the white horse. The original Ghost Rider. Then you have Cosmic Ghost Rider, you have Robbie Reyes. Like, this cover is awesome. Here, I'll show you guys the back. Like, whew, man. Like, this cover, oh man, and it's Ryan Stegman too. Like, Like, it doesn't have to get any better than that, but it does. Robbie and Cosmic Ghost Rider look so cool in Stegman art. Yes, I agree. Like, look at that. Cosmic Ghost Rider. Like, I don't know. But this is one of the other variant covers. Keep in mind, guys, there's a first appearance. So I highly recommend picking up this book. And, of course, last but not least, we have the Scotty Young cover. Honestly, it's hard to choose my favorite, all-time favorite cover out of all these because they all look awesome. But Scotty Young, I mean, look at him. He's riding a scooter. Like he didn't have to do that. Scotty Young could have had a little Ghost Rider. Basically, you know, I don't know. Can you put cover? So we actually, for Saul, we actually gave him one of each cover. I think he had mentioned it to us that he wanted each cover. So he should have all the covers, and then of course, you know, whichever one, you know, he doesn't want, he could tell us. Cover C in my pool. All right, JR wants cover C, so that's gonna be this one. This one, JR. And Gonzalo wants the Stegman. Yeah, guys, you really should get these Ghost Rider books because, oh man, super excited for them. So many covers, but look at this one. I mean, like, it's cute. Mark Alejandro, you got it, Mark. All the covers as well. All Ghost Rider covers. Yes, they will also be available at our Westlaco store. They're getting all the covers as well. All Ghost Rider covers, and JR wants cover C. Cover C for Ghost Rider. All right. So yeah, guys, highly recommend picking this up while it's here. Ghost Rider #1. It is a new ongoing series. So many awesome variants to choose from. This one's, you know, definitely one of the best ones too. I mean, you got little Ghost Rider riding a little scooter with flames. Like, come on, can't get any better than that. All right. Up next from Behemoth. This is a new #1. It actually looks pretty interesting. It is called Heavy Metal Drummer. So definitely for mature readers, it's a very, you know, what is it? Trippy looking book. But it's also, the cool thing about this book is that the size of it is like very unique. Like, it's not the same size as a comic book, as you can see. Like, it's shorter and it's like smaller. So it's like, it's pretty cool. It's not a magazine size, but it's like a magazine width, but the length of it is shorter. It's pretty unique. I like it. I like when comic books do that. But this one, you know, Heavy Metal Drummer looks pretty interesting. It's not just about a drummer, but about I actually don't know. But from the looks of it, you know, it's very trippy and like Doctor Strange type thing. Oh, and it's also very gory. So looks pretty interesting. Heavy Metal Drummer. This is cover A, and then we have a cover B, and then we have this cover C, which is, you know, has this girl doing makeup, and in the reflection, it is an alien doing makeup. So, come on, guys, doesn't get any better than that. And the back is pretty crazy too. All right, up next from James Tynion, we have House of Slaughter #5. We have this awesome, is it the De La Heredera cover variant? And then we have this awesome blank sketch variant with the blood. So you guys can do some art on that or even get some signatures. I always love the blank variants. All right, up next we have Iron Man, classic Alex Ross cover. Alex Ross keeping in that shine. Like, you guys can basically see the reflection of the camera. Like, super awesome. Alex Ross can never go wrong. Up next, a new #1, which actually looks pretty interesting. It is called The Killer, Affairs of the State. It's from this new publisher called Archaea. I have no idea. for mature readers. It has that quality paper. So this is the cover B, but it looks pretty interesting. New number 1 if you guys want to get into something new. Definitely a lot of cool number 1s coming out tomorrow. Up next, we have a second printing of issue number 6 of Moon Knight. Honestly, I would get this cover just because of the cover. Like, look at that. You got Moon Knight falling and then landing, you know, superhero landing. Super cool. All right, up next, we have Power Rangers Universe number 3 for all you Ranger fans. Has all the Yellow Ranger. This week is the Yellow Ranger. James Tynion and Batman run any good? Because I heard mixed things of it. I've heard mixed things too. You know, it had its good moments, you know, when they introduced Punchline. The Joker War wasn't that bad. I know Matt has his complaints because he thought they introduced too many characters, but I think some of the characters are pretty cool. So, I mean, I guess it depends who you ask. I think it's pretty good. All right, up next, Saga continuing. Gabriel Torres wants Power Rangers Universe. You got it, Gabriel. Gabriel, Power Rangers. Matt is watching. Matthew, you're watching the live video. Thank you, Matt. I thought I lost you. Just kidding. Matt is a big fan of Miracle Molly, guys. So when his birthday comes up, I suggest we have a first appearance Miracle Molly in our back issues. We have about like 40 of them. I suggest that you guys pick one up, buy it, whatever, and give it to Matt for his birthday. I highly recommend doing that, and he will love you guys forever. No discounts guaranteed though. Just kidding. All right, Saga 56, continuing on the story of Saga. Up next, another number 1, Step by Bloody Step number 1. Dalila is laughing. See, even she knows that Matt is a big Miracle Molly fan. Also, he's a big fan of put 40 Mollies in my pool, please. He's a big fan of Rorschach, specifically Tom King's Rorschach. So for those of you guys who want to get Rorschach for Matt, he's a huge Rorschach. Get him anything by Tom King, actually. Just know that, guys. He is a huge Tom King fan. So when his birthday comes up, get him something from Tom King. Preferably, you know, the Wedding of Batman and Catwoman issue. Loves that one. Or Rorschach. Honestly, anything that is like Alan Moore, but it's not Alan Moore and it's Tom King, give it to Matt. All right, Step by Bloody Step number 1. This is the new number 1 from Image Comics. I heard Matt is a Berserker 9.8 fan too. Says Kaboom Comics McAllen. Is that Roy commenting? Who's commenting from Kaboom Comics McAllen? Is that you, Ramsey? He is also a huge fan of Berserker 9.8, 1 in 1,000 signed copy. So if you guys want to get something for Matt for his birthday, I recommend buying our $3,500 Berserker number 1, 1 in 1,000 variant that is signed by Keanu Reeves. I'm sure Matt will love that.
I have a titanium, right, Robert?
Anything but Tom King. What's wrong with Tom King, Matt? He's watching you. He worked in the CIA. I'll get him the Keanu Reeves ones with the donuts. Get Matt. You guys can literally get Matt that Hulk 180, the first appearance / first cameo of Wolverine that we have on our wall of keys now. Get him that. It's gonna be priced at, I don't know, Matt, how much do you think it's worth? $10,000? All right, guys. So with that being said, we have a sideshow statue of Venom, that 1/3 scale, the really huge one that we have on the counter. A little birdie told me that Matt actually would want that for his birthday. So if you guys want to get that for Matt, along with the stack of Miracle Mollies and a stack of Tom King books, highly recommend it. Just give it to him. He'll love it. If you don't pay for it, Matt will. All right, up next we have Silk number 2. This is an Inyuk Lee cover. You gotta love Inyuk Lee. And then we have cover B, Silk number 2. This variant is super cool. She's out there you know, drinking a milkshake, relaxing after saving the world. Matt, I'm planning on reading James Tynion IV's run on Batman. Was it any good? Also, tomorrow's my birthday. I would pick up Batman. Killing Time is coming out on March 1st, which is written by Tom King. Oh, don't say that to Matt, Tristan. He's gonna rip that comment apart. He's gonna be like, "What are you getting, Tristan? What, by Tom King?" Just kidding. All right, up next, Strange Academy number 16. It is now the Winter Formal. And then we have the variant cover, which are the Spotlight variants, which are now done by Ryan Stegman. They used to be Art Adams. Now they've been transferred to Ryan Stegman. Love Ryan Stegman. Yes, Edgar, they are coming out tomorrow. We are opening at 11 a.m. Anything for Matt. All right, up next we have Silver Surfer Rebirth number 2. Ron Lim is back, and he's doing Silver Surfer just like he used to. He is fighting Thanos in this cover. It looks very iconic. They got that classic little box that they used to have back in the day. Bringing that back just in time for a book like this. Definitely worth it. Silver Surfer Rebirth. And then we have the X-Gwen variant. We have Gwen as, what's her name? Is it Polaris, Polar Express. I don't know. How do you say her name, guys? Teenage Batman is different for sure. He tried a lot of new things. You'd possibly like it, Tristan. Silver Surfer for my pool. You got it. Silver Surfer, regular cover. You got it, Gabriel. I'm getting that cool Ryan Stegman cover with the new character from the Community issue. Also really excited for the school dance for the Strange Academy. I agree. All right, up next we have another variant. Gotta love these covers. Silver Surfer in my pool. You got it, JR. I'll double check to see if it's in there. Silver Surfer. You got it, JR. All right, up next we have the second printing of Thor. So this is the first appearance. Polaris. I never know how to say her name. It's such a cool and funny Jerry Duggan's take on Polaris. Is it Polaris? Is it Polar Express? It's funny in his current X-Men series. Yes, I agree, Tristan. All right, so this is the second printing. This is the first appearance of the God of Hammers. So everyone knows that book, you know, went all out. You know, so they came out with a second printing, and yeah, this cover looks pretty cool. Is it Nick Klein? Nick Klein does such awesome Thor covers. He's the penciler. But yeah, it's the second printing, guys. I highly recommend getting this second print. Definitely something worth getting. And then, of course, the highly anticipated Timeless #1 coming out with the second printing. Timeless sold out immediately. It's out of print, so they went ahead and did a second printing, and people ordered so many second prints that it went out of print, and they're doing a third printing already. We just ordered a third printing. Why? Because Timeless is highly sought after. It is just a one-shot, one book, and basically it's overlaying the future of the Marvel universe in the comics and potentially in the movies as well, in the MCU. You have Kang the Conqueror being the center of it all, and basically it's showing you all the possibilities of what will be happening in the Marvel comic universe. And of course it is a nod to what might actually happen in the movies as well, since time seems to be a very important thing in the Marvel universe right now. Time and multiverse and stuff like that. Time travel and multiverse. So this is definitely, I would say, is considered a key issue, because the fact that it's already going on a third printing, and this is the second printing. We just got the second printing. And if you have any Miss Minutes variants, you can get it signed in April. Yeah, you could get it signed in April if you have any of the Miss Minutes covers. Those covers are already going for like $40. Imagine it being signed by Tara Strong. $10,000 book right there. All right, so this is #1. This is the first cover appearance of Punisher's new logo. So for those of you guys that don't know, Punisher retired his old logo and is now working for the Hand. So I mean, that's what's gonna happen. It's anticipating that he's gonna work for the Hand, and now he has this new logo. So it's the first cover appearance of that, and we have a few first prints left in Westlaco, Dalila says. So if you guys still want first prints, which are now unavailable for us to order. They've been back ordered for the longest time. Westlaco has a few first prints left, as well as, of course, second prints. So you guys can get them both. And they're different covers. Timeless. Up next, we have Last Ronin number 5. No, not number 5. It is number 2, but it is the third print. Second print or third print? It doesn't tell me. It's either the second print or the third print. So what's really cool about this is it is a different cover. It tells you first to fall. Do you have the main cover for Timeless, Dalila? First print. Last Ronin for my pool, please. This is the second print of number 2. So it's not number 5. I forgot to mention, and I'm going to make a post about it tomorrow, that number 5, which is the final issue, is delayed, and it won't be coming out until April. But because it was actually supposed to release tomorrow along with these prints. But of course, you know, it isn't a Last Ronin release without a delay. So we have instead the number 2 second print or third print has Raphael on the cover. Looks like he's about to die. I highly recommend you guys reading this book. And of course, number 1, this is the 5th print. They came out with 5 prints already for Last Ronin number 1. Who knows when they're gonna end, but I love when they do another print and the other print is a completely different cover, because the second print was the same cover as the first print, except it was a different like shade of coloring, and the 4th print was the same exact cover as cover A of the first print, except it was like orange instead of red. So the 5th print is a completely new, different cover, and maybe we might send some to CGC so we can get some 9.9s, since that's what we got the last time. That's cool. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we have a 9.9 Last Ronin number 2 burst print, which means, according to CGC, that is not near mint. It is mint. It is completely mint, not even close to being near mint. It is mint. It is available at Kaboom. It is our first 9.9 that we've ever had in the store, and definitely the first 9.9 that I've ever seen in my life. Like, that's so awesome. We've achieved the higher hierarchy of number 9.8s, and we have now received 9.9s. So these Last Ronin books, you know, they're mint copies. Last issue was pushed back to April. I thought it was pushed to March. Nope, it is now April. Both Last Ronin, please. You got it, Gabriel. Both Last Ronin. So for those of you guys that haven't had a chance to read Last Ronin, because I know those issues are really hard to get nowadays, we do have issue 1 and 2, 5th and 2nd printing available for you guys, out tomorrow. So highly recommend. And then another 2nd printing, Venom number 3. So for those of you guys that want to catch up on Venom, we have a 2nd printing of Venom number 3.
I think it's a foil.
And then we have Venom number 2, 2nd printing. So these are just cool covers. But of course, if you guys need to read number 2 and 3 of Venom, they're right here. I guess they had to push it for April O'Neil. Yeah, I guess so. All right. Up next, guys, we have incentives. So we have the 1 per store for that killing one. I forgot what it's called. I'm sorry. And then we have Berserker. This is like 1 in 50 or something. 1 in 25. Now that I think about it, I think I'm missing some incentives for Berserker. I don't think they sent them. I need to double check. And then the 1 per store, House of Slaughter. 1 per store, always sought after. 1 new trade. I'll show it right now in a little bit. All right, we have Ghost Rider. I think this is the 1 in 25. Such an awesome cover. I love it. The variant, the aesthetic of this cover looks super awesome. There it is. And then we have Timeless. I think this is the 1 in 25. For those of you guys that read Timeless, this is Miracle Man's symbol, who is a UK. Miracle Man first originated in the UK. It was basically a UK version of, was it Fawcett? So Miracle Man's supposed to be like a Shazam UK version. I don't know. Basically, it was never tied into Marvel. And then recently it became a Marvel character. So this Timeless, it ties everything together. This is the 1 in 25. Highly recommend it. Adam Kubert cover for Ghost Rider's an incentive. Yeah. So this is another incentive. And then Another awesome incentive, guys, is this 1 in 50 Inyuk Lee. 1 in 50 Inyuk Lee cover of Ghost Rider #1. Super awesome cover. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. You sure that MM doesn't stand for Miracle Molly? If it means you want it in your pool, sure. If it makes people want to buy it, yes, it stands for Miracle Molly. She is now part of the Marvel Universe. It is all tied in through the through Timeless, Tom King's Timeless. In that version, instead of Kang, it is Tom King. He's the center of it all. And instead of it being Miracle Man at the end, it is Miracle Molly. Alright, so this is the Ghost Rider Inyuk Lee. So Inyuk Lee is a pretty big artist. Man, I wish I could tell you guys something cool that's gonna happen with Kaboom involving comics, but we'll get to that later. Can't tell you guys yet. You'll see. And then for trades, we only have one, and it is Extreme Carnage. Tom King, yeah. Extreme Carnage. So for those of you guys that missed out on it, there it is. Just for you guys to read. Mute the microphone and tell us. Oh yeah. So basically, what's gonna happen with what was I talking about? So I hope you guys are really excited. Speaking of more excited things, Comic-Con, it's getting closer and closer, and oh man, Ramsey, Roy, they've been talking about the what was it, who was gonna come, and as far as comic book people, and one of those people, and super excited, is it's actually gonna be like, oh man, like I can't wait. Like, I mean, are you guys excited for it? And not only that, but the artist, it's also gonna end up being so I don't know, I hope you guys are ready for that. But yeah, Comic-Con coming up, it's gonna be big, and tomorrow's New Comic Book Day. Also, another thing, guys, for anyone that purchases Ghost Rider #1 up until Friday, we're gonna be doing another little raffle giveaway. So for everyone that purchases Ghost Rider #1 up until tomorrow till Friday, gets a chance to enter into winning this awesome 1 in 25. So if you guys aren't able to get the incentives, maybe you can win one. All you got to do is purchase a Ghost Rider #1, and the more copies you buy up until Friday, you get a chance to win this. A man can dream. Alright guys, so I guess that is it for today. Who's coming to Comic-Con as an artist or writer? I had just said it, it's gonna be, and so yeah, those are the ones that are gonna come by, and I'm super excited for it. But alright guys, I guess that concludes our live video. If you guys have any questions or want to add anything else to your pool, send us a message. Westlaco will be opening at 12. McAllen will be opening at 11 a.m. Live auction this Friday. Yes, we are having a live auction. I'll try to show you guys a tease later on today of what will be on the live auction. But Jim Lee, that's not what I said. Oh man, I wish you guys knew. Like, oh man. Oh. All I'm saying is, if you guys have a chance to buy your tickets online right now, I highly recommend getting those tickets. Of course, we will be there. Jim Lee is my cousin. Oh man, please bring them by, Aaron. Let them come to the store. Bye guys. Also send me a message to you when, yes, I will let you know, Tristan. Other than that, guys, bye. Thank you, and don't forget to buy the first appearance of Miracle Molly. It is on clearance, and it is available for Matt. Bye guys.